Okay, so here's the deal. A lot of people claim you can't use this software for a lot of purposes. I just wanted to try and do it with some snapshots, urban settings, bad pictures, and let's see what it can do. And this is just urban photography, shot in an area here in Kansas City, and I just want to see what it can actually do. I'll tell you what, this picture here is not one of them we're going to edit. Okay, so let's start off here. Okay, really, really bad picture, way underexposed. So let's see what we can do. We're going to crank the accent all the way up, and we're already in the ballpark. One slider. Okay. And now let's go down. Now I'll just show you kind of my process. I go down to structure, and then we're going to crank this all the way up. See how much it changes. Not too bad. I kind of would like to see this and more, so we'll see what we can do. Let's just crush these highlights. Okay, crank up the contrast a little bit. Yeah, not what I wanted, but we'll go ahead and roll with it. Okay, color. Remove color cast. Crank that up. Oh, that's too much. Go down to details. Try to sharpen this up a little bit. Not the best of image, but again, that's what we're working with. Let's enhance that. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's see what golden hour looks like. That sucks. Okay, so image is not really usable, but it is a long ways from that. Okay, just a couple clicks and we're there. Okay, so this idea that it's non-usable is crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Okay, now this is just a street. Okay, again, the bad image. Some of these I shot accidentally bad. Some of them I didn't. Some of them I just blew. Okay, I didn't mean to blow it. I just blew it. Okay, again, we'll go to enhance. Okay, that's a huge change right there. Okay, hit structure. Structure it out a little bit. See what that does. Not too bad. Now what I want to do is go into light. We're going to do a couple things here. Okay, we're going to crush down those highlights. Okay, the other thing I want to do, I want to try and bring this exposure down about a stop. Okay, that's a lot better. Contrast it a little bit. I always like contrast. I don't know why, but I like contrasted images, especially when it's this type of photography. And the winter just sucks because it's just dead trees, bare trees. Okay, now let's sharpen this up a little bit. Okay, hit some denoising. Yeah, let's not mess with landscape right now. There's no landscape there. Vignetting a little bit. And this is kind of where we went with just about a minute of clicking, and we're from one to that. Again, I don't understand the complaints about this program. I just don't get it. Okay, now this land bridge. I got a couple of these land bridge pictures. Let's see what we can do with this. This is obviously blown out. And if you ever blow exposure, you want to blow it on the dark end, not on the high end. But I blew this on the high end. So let's see what we can do. Well, that didn't look too bad. Wait, this is 2 clicks. Let's hit the 3rd click here. And it really is this moving sliders. And you are in the ballpark. I mean, this is what it is. Okay, let's take it down a little bit. And yeah, I mean, this is just moving some sliders, and we're there. I'm still trying to get used to the new format that they're using for this. It changed a little bit since 4.3, but it's still workable. Okay, again, let's just let's look at this. Again, not too bad, not too shabby at all. That took, what, a minute? Here's another one. This is a bad image. This is shot through a fence by Tamron 15 to 30. The front element's so huge that you can't really shoot through fences. But we're going to see what we can make of it. And again, we're just doing a couple. Nothing really big here. Just moving a couple sliders. And we are there. Okay. There's the before. There is the after. And that's kind of where we are. Okay, now this American flag. Just hanging from a house. Now let's see what we can do with it. Okay, a little bit of a lag there, but that's okay. That's understandable. I know people will complain about that, but it is what it is. Okay, and it's okay. A little bit of a lag is not bad. Okay. So we're going to hit the highlights like we always do, contrast it up a little bit, and we'll go from there. Yeah, let's bring down the exposure just a tad and hit some vignetting on that. Again, I'm just running through these really fast. These are not trying to be technically professional edits. I'm just trying to show you what you can do with this program and why the complaining is ridiculous. Okay. This one is taking a minute. Okay. These are also 36.3 megapixel pictures. So you have to understand, this isn't your average camera. A lot of people don't use 36 megapixel cameras. Let's just get honest. This is a pretty cool image, actually. So let's crash down these highlights. Let's bring up the contrast a little too much. Yeah, let's try and see what we can do with some color cast. Though I don't want black and white. Sharpen it up a little bit. We're going to hit some denoising. Literally, you just go through these sliders and you just kind of, yeah, that works, that doesn't. We'll hit some vignetting here. And that's a pretty cool little image. Let's look at this before and after. Big difference, but, not super big. Next picture, let's go with this. There's some graffiti on the walking area. Okay? The other thing I will say about some of the time it's taking the load, understand I'm also running Adobe Captivate, and I also have Photoshop running. So just so you're aware of that. And I'll do a video on how to make your computer run better when you're running AI programs. So there's reasons for that. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's crash down these highlights. Again, I do a lot of the same stuff over and over and over for most pictures. I could actually make a preset for most pictures I do. Again, that's not too bad. Before and after, just so you have an idea. Okay. Another one from this footbridge. Okay, this is yeah, this is way below. There was a time in history that this would have been unusable pictures, but as you can see, we're no longer in that time period because we have AI. And there we are. We're now in business. Oh. And that's not too bad. Again, I'm not doing hardcore edits on these. I'm just showing you what you can do quickly with this program, and why the complaining about it, I just don't get. So that is that. Next image, just a house in the hood. This picture. This house was probably used in Boys in the Hood. I don't know, but we're about done with these, so we'll go enhance, crank that up. Okay. Crank that up, crank that up. And we are pretty close to where we need to be. I want to crank that down to almost at 2/3 of a stop. Crank down the highlights, bring up the contrast. And I'll tell you what I want to do here. I want to hit some vignetting. Again, I'm not doing technical edits, but just kind of showing you what you can and can't do. This is just a shot of junk. Okay. Again, just kind of messing around, walking around, just kind of shooting whatever for this. Okay, enhance. Boom. We're going to go down to structure. Crank that up. Hit that boost. We're going to go into light. Crank down those highlights like I always do. Bring up that contrast. We'll bring up the exposure. About 2/3 of a stop. Gonna hit some vignetting. And it's not a true super bad picture. Now, this is obviously not something you'd use. This is this kind of messing around. This image here, I like this one. What you can do, since I'm gonna mess with this one a little bit, we're gonna do some local masking and see how it works. And we're just gonna paint over this walk area. And then what I want to do here is I'm going to bring those shadows up. And I'm also going to bring up the exposure a little bit. So, this is basically, you can do anything you can do in Lightroom quicker with this program. So, yeah, it's not perfect. I'm not saying that it is. And I'm not promoting it just to say I promote it, because it has its issues, but it's really good at what it does. Really, really good at what it does. So I hope this helps somebody. I didn't do any sky replacements or anything like that. These images, you just really can't do it. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and try and do a sky replacement on this image and let's see what it does. I'm afraid it's not going to do it right. We're going to have to do some masking with this image, but we're just going to try and see. Go to creative, you go to sky, and let's go down. I like the sunset 2 is the one I like, I think. And let's just try and see what it does. I'm afraid it's not going to turn out well. It actually didn't turn out that bad. Not that bad at all. Now what you want to do is here you'll do some relighting. Okay. Now watch this. This is the original image. Okay. Not good. Not good. Not good. That is the final image. And let me go this way. So that's the difference in just about a 2-minute of editing. So when people complain, they just need to chill out. Anyways, that's all I got, and I'll leave it there.